Rockstar Games is more than just a game development studio.
It's a video game that is shattering sales records.
That is to say the least.
It's a fortress of secrets.
Do you know why you're here?
Bad luck, I guess.
In an industry where hype and early reveals are the norm, this company has built its reputation on a foundation of complete silence and mystery. For years, they've maintained an ironclad approach to their ongoing projects, shrouding them in secrecy so intense that not even a whisper escapes their walls, until the last moment. This strategy has worked in Rockstar's favor. It's helped them build immense hype around their games, turning each new release into a global event. But lately, all the secrecy is starting to feel less like a mystique and more like a thick wall between the company and their fans. Take GTA 6 for instance. For years, fans were left guessing about what might be coming in the next GTA game, with no clue if it was even happening. Rockstar stayed completely silent, never confirming or denying any of the rumors around it. The first time we even heard about a new game from Rockstar was back in February 2022. They gave us a tiny hint, casually mentioning that the next installment in the Grand Theft Auto series was well underway. But even then, they didn't call it GTA 6, keeping the mystery alive and everyone guessing. But everything changed on September 18th, 2022. Rockstar got hit by a huge hack, carried out by a teen hacker named Aryan Kurtaj, who was part of this infamous hacking group known as Lapsus. He leaked over 90 videos and images from an early version of GTA 6, putting a game that had been a complete mystery out in the open. Fans went wild, putting the game under a microscope and analyzing every tiny detail they could spot to figure out what GTA 6 was all about. Rockstar was forced to act quickly, issuing takedown notices left and right and attempting to scrub the leaked content from the web completely. But the secret was out, and they had no choice but to confirm that the leaks indeed came from GTA 6, and admit for the first time that they were indeed working on it. However, after this whole drama, all they gave us was a single message from Rockstar Games saying the development of the next GTA would continue as planned, and that they were disappointed in the way the world came to know about the game's existence. That's it. They didn't offer any new information about the game at all. Then, as expected, Rockstar went back to their usual silence, refusing to comment on the leaks or anything related. They returned to their fortress, leaving fans to speculate over these new leaks and rumors without confirming or denying anything. But why am I bringing this up now? Because Rockstar hasn't always been this way. There was a time when they actively engaged with their fans, especially the modding community. Back in 2012, Rockstar would share awesome community-made content on their official newswire, encouraging fans and modders to push the boundaries and come up with fresh new ideas that made their game stick around longer in the gaming world. For years, the studio supported the modding scene, and it became a big part of their game's success. GTA Games especially turned into a paradise for modders, who created all sorts of cool mods with Rockstar's blessing, keeping the OGs alive for years with their new innovative ideas, offering fans what they truly craved, new experiences and quests for their beloved classics, offering hours of additional playtime, something that Rockstar was too busy to provide. Alright, before moving on, I just want to quickly tell you about RP Grand. If you're into GTA 5 RP or have been wanting to try it out, it is definitely worth checking out. It's a server packed with a ton of stuff, from a well-built faction system to a huge selection of cars and clothing options to make your character stand out however you like. And getting started is super easy. Just hit the link in the description to sign up for free. If you register through the website, you can even grab one of 3 premium cars to start off with, which I think is a pretty nice way to kick things off. They've also rolled out a new Battle Pass, which unlocks exclusive rewards and adds some extra fun to your RP experience. And for those of you who like gaming on the go, there's even a mobile version now, so you can play RP Grand right on your phone, with almost all the same features as the PC version. Don't forget to enter my promo code INTERGTA when you sign up. That'll get you a special gift I've arranged just for my subscribers, along with some extra in-game currency to give you a bit of a head start. So, whether you're looking for a new RP experience or just want to try it out for the first time, give RP Grand a shot. I'll see you there. Now, getting back to the topic of Rockstar and modders' relation, everything changed in 2017, when the studio essentially declared war on modders. They sent a cease and desist letter to the developers of OpenIV, a popular tool used for creating single-player mods, although they later allowed modding to continue, as long as the mods don't interfere with GTA Online. But it didn't last long. In 2019, Rockstar quietly made more policy changes that forbade modders from creating new maps, missions, or anything that altered the original gameplay, even in single player. In other words, it was them shutting down the modding community once and for all. Within a few years, they went from a company actively supporting and promoting modders to a company crushing years of innovation and hard work without remorse, having absolutely no regard for what the community did for them. They even shut down some seriously amazing mods that kept their decade-old games alive for a very long time. It's become obvious that Rockstar's parent company, Take-Two, was behind all this, pushing their own twisted agenda that's slowly becoming more apparent with Rockstar's recent acquisition of CFX.re, the creators of popular modding tools FiveM and RedM. This acquisition initially seemed like a positive change for modders, leading many of us to believe that Rockstar might finally start supporting mods again. However, this article from GTA Focal raised some serious concerns about the future of FiveM. According to that article, employees have described the project as directionless, with no clear idea of where it's headed. The creator of FiveM and RedM, NTA, even expressed regret on Twitter, calling the deal with Rockstar the biggest mistake of her life, one that still haunts her. The article also mentioned that Rockstar is reportedly working on their own modding tool called Roam. This project is said to be part of Rockstar's vision for the future of GTA Online, which will allow users to create their own content using their newly developed modding tool. A prominent data miner, TEZ2, also discovered a public version of Mission Creator within the Bottom Dollar Bounties DLC game files. Although it's not confirmed yet, it's likely tied to Rockstar's new modding project, which, according to sources, could drop later this year. Again, Rockstar has remained silent about all of this, choosing not to confirm or deny any of these allegations, reportedly coming from inside their house. If we piece it all together, it certainly seems like Take-Two is trying to monopolize the modding scene, potentially replacing FiveM in the long run. It feels like another tactic by the company to squeeze more money out of GTA multiplayer by steering players toward a subscription-based model for user-generated content in the near future. But what makes me sad is the fact that the whole crackdown on the modding community is targeted towards the wrong people. The modders who have spent a significant amount of time and resources on making some incredibly awesome and useful mods to enhance single-player experiences are getting shut down, while the ones responsible for creating hacks and cheating tools that actually allow griefers to have unlimited resources, vehicles, and weapons that ruin the fun in GTA Online for everyone else are simply going under their radar. For a company that seems to take extreme measures to contain and control modders, Rockstar surely has their priorities wrong. Instead of encouraging the good side of modding, which has kept their favorite single-player experiences alive for years, they're busy cracking down on them, which feels like a slap in the face to those who spent countless hours creating and playing offline mods. But it's not just modders that have been affected by this shift. The whole community feels like they've been cut off entirely. Rockstar barely acknowledges their ideas, suggestions, or even frustrations. It's not like they aren't listening, they are, but they choose not to engage with fans anymore. They seem to be operating under the assumption that their games are so exceptional that they don't need to engage with the fans, or they are simply generating enough revenue with GTA Online that they don't care anymore. Whatever they do, however they treat their fans, people are still emptying their pockets to fill up Rockstar's. Take GTA Online for instance. The addition of overpowered flying vehicles in GTA Online was bad enough, and the whole community was pretty vocal about how they were ruining the whole multiplayer experience for them. Despite that, Rockstar went on to add more of those futuristic flying vehicles that have since been used openly by griefers who want nothing but to make the game unplayable for others. Even with Trilogy, which was supposed to be this glorious revival of the classics, Rockstar managed to mess things up. Instead of working on the projects themselves or hiring a more experienced studio to do it, Rockstar decided to go with a small team of developers, Grove Street Games to handle the remaster. This decision backfired, of course. Grove Street Games, which had worked on mobile ports of GTA games, was not equipped to handle such a significant project. The result was a remaster that not only failed to capture the charm of the original games, but actively ruined them with a whole host of new issues. What's worse is that prior to the release of Trilogy, Rockstar gave us absolutely nothing besides a brief cinematic trailer. There were no gameplay trailers or sneak peeks into the games whatsoever. When the game finally launched, it was clear why Rockstar had been so quiet. The Trilogy was full of bugs, graphical glitches, and missing content. To make matters even worse, Rockstar initially tried to keep the original versions of the games off digital stores, forcing players to buy the flawed definitive edition if they wanted to revisit the classics. The remastered versions were supposed to be a celebration of these iconic games, but instead, they felt like a rushed cash grab. Rockstar's silence before and after the release was proof enough that the company cared more about racking up some quick cash than being transparent with the fans, making them feel ignored and disappointed. The Trilogy is in a much better place now, but the whole incident was a wake-up call for fans to realize that the company has changed. It's no secret that Rockstar prefers to stay out of the spotlight, only stepping out of their fortress when they have something super big to announce, which only makes their eventual returns all the more impactful. But lately, it's been too much. Fans are not asking for daily updates, just some occasional info, or just a little peep into their ongoing projects to keep them in the loop. Like they did with Red Dead Redemption 2. They teased us with a drip feed of information, building hype with each new trailer, announcement, and even gameplay footage, showing off some of their new additions and features in the game. It worked wonders back then, and fans loved the slow but steady stream of updates. However, despite this severe lack of communication and their overly secretive behavior, Rockstar always manages to get away with their behavior.
Right, so when's the next GTA game coming out?
Don't know what you're talking about, mate. Don't know what you're talking about.
In about 10 years for a new one.
Because they know when they finally do drop a trailer or make an announcement, the internet will explode, and people won't care about anything else. They bank on that anticipation and hunger from fans, turning their absence into a marketing tool. But in the meantime, fans are left with a growing sense of resentment, wondering if they even care. This approach might keep their games in the spotlight, but it also risks pushing away the very people who've been supporting them for years. Fans want to feel valued, not strung along. There's no doubt Rockstar's games are incredible at what they do, but the company's communication strategy, or lack thereof, is starting to wear thin. At some point, the excitement of a new release might not be enough to erase the frustration of feeling ignored. All of this could very well be the reason why so many legends have left Rockstar over the years. Dan Houser, Leslie Benzies, Laszlo Jones, these weren't just names. They were the heart and soul of Rockstar's most iconic games. Laszlo Jones was a longtime producer and writer at Rockstar, having been with the company for nearly 20 years. And Dan Houser, on the other hand, was the co-founder of Rockstar Games and had been a part of the company since 1998. We all know him as the driving force behind the stories that make Rockstar Games so compelling, from GTA to Red Dead Redemption. Today, it feels like Rockstar is more focused on squeezing out every last dollar from fans through things like shark cards, while single-player expansions seem to have fallen by the wayside. For a studio that was once celebrated for its groundbreaking single-player experiences, this change in direction is disappointing, and it's easy to imagine some of the top talent getting fed up with it. For years, Rockstar's mystique and the hype surrounding their games have carried them, but that can only last so long. I think it's finally time that they broke their silence and addressed the issues and growing frustrations within the community. And all that would take is a little more transparency, an active line of communication with the fans, and some respect for the community, who have been worshiping and supporting them for decades.